here today to address the press conference on the state of the nation, looking at the Nigerian security situations in focus. Let me begin with an apt quote from a famous British 19th century philosopher. The good we secure for ourselves is precarious and uncertain until it is secure for all of us and incorporated into our common life. Against all odds and doomsday predictions, and despite the raging COVID-19 pandemic, the country witnessed a remarkably peaceful celebrations during the last festivities. The new year already began with a record of successes in the fight against terrorism and armed banditry by the security agencies, though not widely reported as expected by the media. We have it on good authority that the security agencies launched concerted, relentless, and largely successful attacks and raids against bandits terrorizing the innocent citizens in the northwest state of Kaduna and Zamfara states. While new strategies have been deployed to tame the spate of banditry, terrorism, and other heinous crime across the country, this is the best time for Nigerians of good intentions, especially among the downtrodden, to rally around and muster greater support for all our gallant security forces in their determined effort to subdue and eliminate crime and criminalities. The people should also be wary of and ignore the antics and unhelpful pronouncement of some self-styled religious and political leaders who appear to be hell-bent on dividing the country among primordial cleavages and ultimately setting the country on fire. What we need from leaders and persons of influence these trying times are soothing words of wisdom and exhortations rather than incendiary and divisive utterances capable of compounding the problems. The recent Christmas Day homily of the Catholic Archbishop of Sokoto, Matthew Hassan Kuka, is a typical case of pouring petrol on fire. The fact that the battle against terrorism, banditry, and other heinous crime has not completely yielded the desired result cannot be a failure of one ethnic group, religion, or region. It cannot even be entirely blamed on the government of the day, because this is something that is going on almost unabated since 2009. We dare say that utterances such as Kuka's are also capable of serving as a disincentive and a dampener on the hardworking and gallant police and military forces. Rather than encourage Nigerians to be good citizens who are law-abiding, calling Nigeria a failed state is as good as saying the religious leaders have totally failed in their responsibilities to groom their followers to be good citizens. These failed state assertions cannot simply fly. This government has risen on several occasions to the challenges, especially in its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. This same government just recorded less than 6% dip in the gross domestic product in 2020, whereas several advanced countries had their GDP decline by double digits. For instance, the United States of America had a GDP decline by 32.9%, and most European countries by at least 10%. We are still the largest economy in Africa and 25th in the world. Mercifully and quite heartwarming almost are forecasts that are predicting a positive growth for the Nigerian economy this year and beyond. It's our fervent hope and prayers that Nigeria will soon be well secured for all. The ongoing state of insecurity is but a passing phase and part of the pang of attainment of nationhood. We also wish to reaffirm our abiding and undiminished faith in the assured future greatness of this country. We hereby call on the fellow citizens to imbibe and embrace the same. Citizens should also support and cooperate with the government and its agencies, particularly security agencies at all times. The war against insecurity is a collective responsibility. With all the sense of modesty, our organization is very conscious of the place of appreciation and the concept of boosting the morale of security operatives, appreciating the courage and bravery of the officers on battlefront, fighting for the safeties of harmless Nigerians. will encourage them to do more. In recognition of this singular fact, we are using this medium to applaud the exceptional feat recorded by the gallant police officers that confronted the bandits recently in Kaduna and Katsina states. The successes of this operation has proved that Nigerian Police Force under the leadership of Inspector General of Police IGP Muhammad Abubakar Adamu is leaving no stone unturned in keeping the society safe for all law-abiding citizens. We applaud the wisdom and good conscience displayed by the Inspector General of Police so far on the entrenchment of community policing as a principal solution to fortify security operations across the country. The community policing has already gained the required traction as exemplified by the Kaduna State Governor, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, who already showed great commitment to the commencement of community policing in Kaduna State in line with the federal government community policing initiative. The Kaduna State government has walked the talk already by training 272 successful special constables to commence the initiative in Kaduna State. Also, the governor of Sokoto and Kebbi State have followed the good example of Governor Nasir El-Rufai, which is highly commendable. We urge the Inspector General of Police to ensure that special constables are well committed to their assigned responsibilities to serve as motivations to other states of the Federation to key into this progressive development. We recognize also the joint operation of the Air Force, Army, and the Police Force in bombing and destroying the Boko Haram camps in Borno State and decimating large number of its militias. We commend this feat and applaud the government in maintaining its agenda in securing the country and reclaiming our territories from the hands of terrorists. It is equally important to remind the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Yusuf Thukur Buratai, of his commitment that the Nigerian military is committed to fight against terrorism and banditry, particularly in his assurance that the military will end the reign of terrorism and banditry in 2021. We hope and pray that he will make his good his words. Lastly, we would like to appeal to Nigerians to report locations and hideouts of criminals and other shady and suspicious character to the security agencies. This is the minimum we can defer in the fight to end insecurity. May God crown our effort with success. Happy New Year, all of us. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. My state, Katsina State, is said to have the highest level of out-of-school children, unfortunately. And then we want to use this medium to call on state governors to ensure that they create welfare, they create social programs that ensures, and we have seen the social investment the federal government are doing, you know, giving incentives to children to go to school with the school feeding program, also supporting graduates, supporting undergraduate students, creating a lot of attractive programs to ensure that people remain in school. We want state government to replicate, even if it's not as generous as that. Let them do something too to show responsibility, because it's the primary responsibility of the state governors and the local government to ensure that students are back in school. Yes, Almajiri is an old academic program, you know, that get children on exchange to come and study the Islamic knowledge or Arabic knowledge from different places of the country. I feel it is outdated. They can reorganize it in such a way that it meets modern times. Not that they should cancel it, but then they should redefine it, remodernize it, to integrate it with our Western education, so that while they are doing the Almajiranchi Islamic program, they will also be undertaking their Western education. A lot of us had to finish our Islamic program before even going into Western education. And if you can see what we had a program called Almajiri Group of Enterprise one time ago. We tried to train this Almajiri to be enterprise in nature. While they even study, they would have economic and self-sufficiency, sort of. And they were doing it all along. We needed federal state government to buy some of these programs so that they train them in entrepreneurship while they're studying. So because even if they finish without integration of the Western education, they are still educated even if it's Islamic or Arabic wise. But then they should be useful to themselves. So we can take them from becoming a menace to the society to even be a contributory agent of our society, you know. We train them on market economics, financial discipline, entrepreneurship through different programs. It was successful, but our state government, unfortunately, are very lazy. They are not innovative. They maintain status quo. Everybody that comes wants to build road, do borehole, and just leave, you know, renovate schools and leave them, even if they are going to be locked down. So we want them to be innovative, you know, marry up a lot of programs that have been designed by a lot of NGOs. Let them integrate some of these innovations to whatever policies they have on ground, and it could work. Perhaps the Minister of Education should engage them and see how they can ensure that these people, because it's also a product of that Almajiri system, you know. But then it was working. A lot of them were. Even our Minister of Communication had to finish his own Almajiri Sangaya school before he now went into Western education, and is even an associate professor. So it still can work. So I'll let this our appeal be listened to, amplify it for us, so that everybody would understand that it's a problem not just for them. They're like, they said, it's like a gunpowder, you know, when they explode. And we can see what's happening with the bandits. You see small children now planning kidnap around communities. You will see videos shared around. You even wonder, why is this happening? Because they've been neglected. So we are calling on them, let these people be made useful for the society, so that the society benefits from them as well.
What happened to the schools pre-2019?
Sorry, please.
I don't know.
Majority of the problem of Nigeria is caused by us Nigerians. And when you talk about restructuring, I would like to take you back to reorientation. We need to reorientate ourselves, the mindset of the people, the way we think, the way we understand what we do. Without that, we cannot move forward. That's the honest truth. And the majority of the problem of this country is us.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year.